Stage one complete here in South Florida, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Championship race. Grant Enfinger, the stage one winner. Enfinger, good look at him in the 98. Not one of the championship contenders tonight, although Enfinger led every lap in stage one, so strong. But Noah Gragson was the top truck right there in the 18, the top truck of our four championship contenders. Brett Moffitt there right behind him. Then Justin Haley and Johnny Sauter. That's how the four championship trucks shook out. But Sauter's all the way back in 13th. That'll be a little bit more to worry about if you're Sauter.
We talked about the Toyota versus Chevy battle for this championship. Grant Enfinger said, I don't want to hear any of that. It's Ford championship weekend, and I got my truck out front.
Enfinger, a winner earlier this season at Las Vegas, and just missed advancing here to the championship race. Was eliminated at the end of a round of 6. They're on pit road for the first time tonight. Hermie Sadler is there waiting on the 18 of Noah Gragson.
Vince, the 18 truck is too loose, but the good news, the balance stays good throughout the entire run. 4 tires and fuel, they will adjust with air pressure only. A different story for Johnny Sauter. He is way too loose. 4 tires fueled, and they will run the right side track bar way down on the 21 to try to give him some more grip. Alan.
We saw the 24, Justin Haley, drop back during that first run. That's because he kept getting loose. Expect the track bar adjustment in 4 tires for the 24. For the 16, just the opposite problem. Too tight throughout in that entire run. Although he was fast, they say he's got to fix the front. 4 tires and fuel for the 16.
Well, pit road going to be such an important element of tonight's race, because we have seen race after race after race contenders struggle on pit road, either with a speeding penalty or a bad pit stop, some sort of issue. But keep an eye on their performance over pit wall tonight.
Yeah, let's see if we can make contact with Noah Gragson. Hey, Noah Gragson, Phil Parsons up on the Fox booth with the boys. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
Nice job there in that first stage, and obviously you had Grant Enfinger in front of you. You were chasing him down, it looked like, towards the end of that stage. Is the truck where you needed, or did you make some changes?
We're a little bit loose, but my guys, Safeway Auto Glass guys, they had a really good pit stop there, so we're going to be all right. Not time yet, so just got to keep on pushing hard, see what my Safeway Auto Glass Tundra is doing balance-wise, and got another stage to go, then it's game time.
All right, buddy. Good first stage and good year.
Stage one belonged to Grant Enfinger. Who's going to rise up here in stage 2? Will it be one of our championship 4? How do those adjustments on pit road, how will those play out? We'll find out when we return. Beautiful night here in South Florida. Great location for the season finale. The Ford Championship weekend began here in 2003. Trucks tonight, Xfinity tomorrow, Monster Energy Cup on Sunday. How about that 88 team, Hermie?
Well, Vince, the 88 has tonight what they needed last week at Phoenix. A truck that he can hustle, plenty of grip down in the racetrack, and plus the pit crew doing a great job too. 4 tires. They gained all those positions, got him out front. Alan?
The 98 of Grant Enfinger, he's feeling good. He led all those laps in stage 1. He got 4 tires and a fuel adjustment, but he told the team, especially on the long run, he needs more sound bite. He needs more side bite, Michael. I can't even explain it, so I'm going to let you do it, you drivers up there.
He's just leaning on those right side tires, Alan, and they're not sticking. So he just wants more lateral grip. The front end isn't bad, the back end isn't bad, just needs overall more grip. And you know what, that just got worse, because he's going to restart back in traffic. He's in the 2nd row now, and that'll make a big difference about how this 98 handles. So he needs to pounce early, get that clean air, and then that way he can see if they indeed did improve that truck.
Here's our 4 championship contenders and where they will restart.
From what I've seen early, the 2 Toyotas, Noah Gragson and Brett Moffitt, are in the driver's seat. We just haven't seen the speed from Johnny Sauter or Justin Haley, but there's a long way to go. A lot of adjustments and a lot more action on pit road.
Matt Crafton, his team uses the pit crew of William Byron from the Monster Energy Cup season. He came into the pits 5th, came out 1st. Crafton chooses the outside lane for this restart. They got a bump in the back end from his teammate Grant Enfinger after spinning the tires to get stage 2 underway.
And we're 4 wide at the start-finish line, and that doesn't work, and that's not even legal, so something will have to be done with that, I would think.
Well, Crafton just didn't go. He held him down, held him down, held him down. And when you're back 6-8 rows in the field, you can't see what's going on.
You can fan out, but I saw Chris Wyndham, the 54, fan out 4 wide, but then you cannot make that pass. You have to give that spot back if you get it.
So on the restart here to get stage 2 underway after Crafton didn't get a good start. Noah Gregson jumped to the front. Now let's see if Crafton can do something with him from the 2nd spot. That's Brett Moffitt in 3rd. Take a look at this restart again and how it just accordions from the front.
Well, that was to avoid an accident was Ben Rhodes, but I don't think the 18 jumped as much as the 88 just didn't go. It'd be interesting to see how NASCAR looks at this.
He definitely spun his tires without doubt, the 88, as he takes the lead back from Noah Gregson.
And Brett Moffitt working on Gregson as well for 2nd.
See, the 18 jumps in the draft of the 88, pulls back around the 16 on the high side.
Matt Crafton started 22nd, and now he is in the front.
How about that performance? And when the driver drives it to the front, the crew wants to hop in there and do their job. Catapulted him to the lead on pit road, and Matt's got it now.
NASCAR has taken a look at the restart. Everything is good, so nobody committed any violations. That's good news, as now Brett Moffitt will challenge Crafton for the top spot.
Oh, it just didn't quite clear him. Almost cleared him. About one more corner, and he might be able to do it.
Moffitt had the lead at the line, though, even though it didn't clear him, still was edged out in front of Crafton, and now Moffitt does have that spot.
We're not used to seeing Matt Crafton lead all that many laps. He always gets the win on the last lap or 2 laps to go.
Moffitt, championship contender, out front.
Is he comfortable being out front this early event? We've seen him take the lead with less than 3 to go in about every one of his victories. And then tonight he's proven to be really fast, and he's driven to the front and looks to be in a position to drive away from these guys.
Johnny Sauter trying to make his way back up front. Remember, he restarted 14th. And that first pit stop said his truck was just sideways loose, so he's gained a few spots up to 10th, although being challenged here by the 41 of Ben Rhodes.
Remember, this is going to be probably more pit stops than a normal race because of the extra set of tires that NASCAR allowed these teams to have. 4 sets of tires in the pits. Normally, they only have 3 sets of tires in the pits. It's going to give Joe Shear more opportunities to adjust on that 21 truck.
And I think that team had to take a big swing at it early. They might have over-adjusted and made it too tight. You can see he's really cranking it to the left there, trying to get under Shelton Creek. Couldn't complete that pass, but Johnny might need another adjustment to get where he needs to be.
See, Sauter currently rides 10th. They're on the right-hand side of the screen. Matt Crafton and Noah Gregson battling for 2nd. Gregson taking a move.
A great run off the corner. Looks like he's going to be able to clear Crafton.
And he's going to set his sights on Brett Moffitt. At the end of that first stage, it looked like Gregson was a little bit better. And you talked to him, Phil. He was comfortable with his truck. Now he's got that 16 truck of Brett Moffitt in his sights.
2 championship contenders at the front. That's Brett Moffitt, the leader, and then the 18 of Noah Gregson is 2nd. And then 2 drivers just looking for a win, and Matt Crafton and Grant Enfinger running 3rd and 4th. Enfinger slips to 4th, or Enfinger slips into 3rd, I should say, and Crafton back to 4th.
Johnny Sauter's made his way up into the top 10. Ben Rhodes, the 41 truck, was trying to get by Johnny for that 10th spot. There's Sheldon Creed. Michael, you were talking about Johnny Sauter trying to get by him. Just a couple laps to go. He's lost a few truck lengths now.
Halfway through stage 2.
I like what I'm seeing out of Sauter. Progress, that's what you're looking for. Be interesting to see how the truck does when he gets another 5, 8, 10 laps on his tires. Love this view. We're riding along on Johnny's visor. You can see him attacking the bottom of the racetrack while Sheldon Creed goes high. Closes on the entry, but watch Creed with the momentum off.
That's typically what we see. The trucks on the high side is have that momentum up off the corner. You can drive in the corner a whole lot harder down on the bottom like Johnny is. Johnny's just, he needs to try to make that pass before he gets to the center of the corner. Wasn't able to do it that time. You see Creed slip a little bit on exit. Gets a little sideways.
Remember, their teammates, Creed at GMS, just started with the team late this year, will run there full-time next year, but he drives it hard. He wasn't giving Johnny Sauter any breaks on that lap. Out front is Brett Moffitt, the smallest of the championship teams. They've got less than a dozen full-time employees. They faced a lot of challenges with funding this year. In fact, go back to June in the Chicago race. On Tuesday of race week, they didn't even think they were going to make it to the racetrack. At times, it caused them to be conservative in their approach during a race weekend because they just didn't have the funding. And here they are in stage 2, leading the championship.
I was talking to Mike Ricci, team manager. He said, I didn't even get to go to Phoenix. I was back at the shop trying to get this 16 truck ready for here in Homestead, and I think it's pretty ready.
Oh, I think so. Look at those eyes. He is so focused and so driven to win this championship for this team, and plus you can't see that mustache there.
I love that look.
Brett Moffitt had the worst average starting position of all the 4 championship contenders, but the best average finishing position of the 4 in the playoffs. We'll see if it holds. Back at Homestead-Miami Speedway, Shiggy Hattori keeping an eye on his team, the 16 team of driver Brett Moffitt right now out front leading the championship race. Great look at Moffitt. Normally he doesn't, take the lead until, I'll say, the white flag lap. He's putting it to him early on here tonight with a lead of about 2 seconds.
Yeah, he reminds me a lot of the Hall of Famer that we lost this past week, David Pearson.
The Silver Fox.
He would go when it mattered. But tonight, with the championship on the line, Brett Moffitt is hammered down leading this race. Be interesting to see if he can close like the great Silver Fox used to.
And here's the championship 4 there on the left-hand side of the screen, how they run. Moffitt, of course, leading with Gregson 2nd, Haley 7th, and Sauter 9th. How about the 52 of Stuart Friesen? He runs 6th.
Another strong run for Stuart Friesen, but his year has been plagued by good runs gone bad. Everything going right so far, but in that first stage, he told the team there was an issue with his fuel pressure gauge. It was fluctuating inside the truck, and he'd keep an eye on it. No issue right now, but they are, the year they've had, they're just waiting for something to go wrong while he has a good run, guys.
Well, hopefully this won't be that kind of night for Stuart Friesen, and they can finish it successfully. We'll wait and see. A long way to go. 5 to go, though, however, in stage 2. What kind of strategy might we be discussing if we're one of the championship 4?
Well, I think if the caution flag doesn't fly over the next couple of laps, we're just going to come to pit road here and get 4 tires, all 4 of our championship 4. But Phil, in the last stage of this race, if I'm Johnny Sauter and maybe even Justin Haley, I might look at a 2-stop strategy in our final run to the checkered. That means that you can pit on about lap with 20 laps into the stage and then another 20 and run to the checker. That could be an option for these teams. It's risky, but it might be what they have to do. They're not going to win from where they are now.
I'm not sure that the math will work, but I think what I like, if you pit early, you have to count on the caution flag. You can't count on making 2 pit stops, I don't think, over the final 67 laps, which is about how long we'll have for that 3rd stage, and try to beat a guy that's only going to pit 1 time. So I think you're going to maybe pit early and have some good tires and then hope for a caution flag to really bring you in.
You know, it's interesting. You look at this racetrack and you talk about drivers have to run up on the wall, how much the tires go away. You'd think we'd have more cautions. But even going back to last year's championship race, the only cautions we had were at the end of the stages. And tonight, same case, haven't had a caution because of an incident on the track.
Let's look at that outside wall. There's not a whole bunch of black marks on it like we have seen in the past. We didn't see that last year. We had some trucks get into the outside wall, but not bad enough to cause a caution flag. So I think right now these guys, they're really off the wall. You see right there, Noah Gregson, the 18, Grant Enfinger, they're a full truck width away from the danger zone up there. There may be some speed up there, but it's a little bit too early to have to worry about it and go get that right now.
Well, just a couple of laps left here in stage 2, and as always with 2 to go in the stage, the pits are closed, and there's a good look at Gregson running 2nd and the 98 of Enfinger 3rd.
I just feel like, Phil, in the discussion of the strategy, if Johnny Sauter and Justin Haley do what Noah Gregson and Brett Moffitt do, they're just going to follow them. Like our friend Larry McReynolds like to say, if you follow them to pit road, you're going to follow them to the checker flag. It's not going to work. These guys have got to figure out some strategy or just take a chance on pitting very early and seeing if that caution does fly.
Sauter in the 21. He is 10th. Justin Haley, by the way, is 8th. Our other two championship contenders, Gregson and Moffitt, run at the front.
Yeah, that's Johnny Sauter's teammate and Justin Haley's teammate, Sheldon Creed. He just got by Johnny a lap ago, and you see he is running the top of the racetrack. Look at him over in 1 and 2, and this is a rookie. This is only about his 7th or 8th Truck Series start.
Hey, I know that you always race hard, but if you're Johnny Sauter, does it irritate you a little bit that your teammate, your young teammate, has just been with the team a short amount of time as the stage comes to an end? Moffitt winning stage 2. Does it irritate you if you're Sauter that Creed has made it so difficult on him?
Yes, without a doubt.
Especially when you've had the night that Johnny Sauter's had tonight. He's already irritated, and when his teammate passes him late in the stage, just gets on his nerves even worse.
Well, nothing on this guy's nerves. Brett Moffitt. So impressive. Scott Zipadelli, the crew chief for Moffitt, will be trying to make a decision. What are they going to do for strategy? It's been fast. Not a single caution tonight other than the stage breaks. The stage 1 winner, that 98 truck of Grant Enfinger. The stage 2 winner, our championship contender, Brett Moffitt. There's a look inside the workspace of Enfinger and now Moffitt as they get ready for pit stops here at the end of stage 2.
Even cleaning his tires, getting ready to come to pit road. That's how crucial things are on pit road. And with no cautions here, Phil, we can't afford a mistake on this pit stop.
It's 74 laps in the final stage. Got to make another stop after this one, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's going to be 67 laps to go probably when they restart.
On pit road, and the 18 of Noah Gregson is headed toward Hermie Sadler.
Vince, at the end of the first stage, the 18 was too loose through the center. Stage 2, too tight through the center. So they're back off of some of those adjustments. 4 tires and fuel. The 21 still loose, but now it's loose on exit. 4 tires, more track bar, and they even discussing maybe a spring rubber in the left rear spring. Alan?
I mean, the 24 of Justin Haley says he does great for 5 or 6 laps, but then just gets far too loose and ends up going backward. He wants 4 tires and a handling adjustment on the track bar. The 16, the leader, Brett Moffitt, he says he's great, but on the long run, his truck just simply gets too tight, hurting the 16 truck. Air adjustments on the right side for Moffitt.
Yeah, great work from that Moffitt crew. The 16 group over the wall did a nice job, as did Gregson, not losing any positions. That work on pit road going to be so important.
We talked about Johnny Sauter thinking about putting a rubber in the left rear. That takes a lot of time. If you're going to do it, you're going to have to do it now. There's no way that you can take the time under a green flag pit stop, which we may have in this 3rd stage. But do it now. Take the bullet now, bite the bullet now, and make that change.
Yeah, Sauter needing big changes, and it sounded like Justin Haley did too. Let's see if we can get a word with Justin. Hey, Justin, it's Michael Waltrip and the boys in the Fox booth. Do you copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, I know you can taste the championship. Those guys are right there ahead of you. Do you think you've got the adjustments on this pit stop you need to run them down and win this race?
I don't know. Hell, we're trying. I mean, it's a whole team effort over here, J-Mats, and we missed it, not going to lie, but we've been working hard on it, and hopefully Kevin Belcourt and everyone on the box got me tuned in for this last pit stop. So I'll let you know here in about an hour.
All right, I'll check in with you then. Great job so far. Good luck, buddy.
Hey, thanks, bud.
The final stage about ready to get underway at Homestead-Miami, determining the championship in the Truck Series.